can see.
We can see the work
Yes, I
stay.
couldn't see my notes. My chat was covering it. Okay.
Got it.
So the Washington Stay at Work reimbursement is a financial incentive that helps employers keep their injured workers on the job by bringing them back to work quickly and safely to an appropriate light duty job. Labor and Industries reimburses eligible employers 50% of the employee's base wages for up to 66 days worked or $10,000 earned, whichever comes first. Obviously, it's typically 66 days. Now, once your injured worker has completed the medically approved light duty job or has worked in the light duty capacity for the maximum number of reimbursable light duty days, which again is 66, you then can apply for the Washington Stay at Work benefit. You have up to 1 year from the date the injured worker started the light duty position to apply for the wage reimbursement benefit. The expense reimbursement portion is only provided when tools and equipment, training, or clothing are necessary for the injured worker to perform the light duty position. Now, for example, this may be for a requirement for a sit-stand workstation, a special ergonomic keyboard, maybe a laptop computer, the need for a Word or Excel class, or even clothing such as business attire if you're transitioning someone from field work into an office setting. But be sure to note that these items cannot be purchased until the light duty job description is medically approved and the position is offered to the employee. Come January 1st of 2025, these benefits are increasing and we'll provide you more information in the future. So I'm going to ask for a thumbs up now. Please give me a thumbs up if you've taken advantage of the Washington Stay at Work program. Okay. So how much money did the Washington Stay at Work program reimburse employers in 2023? Was it 1 million, 7 million, or 16 million? Yep, the answer is $16 million. That's a lot of money that's been distributed to employers, but 16 million is only a fraction of what is available to employers who formally participate in returning their workers to light duty. And that's why we're making these presentations, to remind you that you can be rewarded for returning your injured worker to a formal light duty position. In addition to return to work planning to help you get your worker back to work in light duty, we have additional services that are provided at no cost to you. These services include referrals to our internal partners, such as risk management, safety and health, and the Washington Stay at Work program. Additionally, we can provide ergonomic assessments. We want to help you learn more about labor and industries and how to navigate the system, which I know isn't easy at times. So just give us a call whenever you have a question regarding these services. Additionally, we can help you create job description and job analysis banks in advance of any injury. So let's go a little more into detail into these services. Now, as part of our return to work culture, you can engage your employees to work with you proactively to prevent injuries. Some ideas include obtaining employee input on how to establish a strong safety program. We know that all workplace injuries are preventable. You can have your workers help you identify and create written return to work policies. Maybe they would like to present the information at a new employee presentation or onboarding, or maybe at a company all-staff meeting. You can designate a return to work coordinator as the point of contact when injuries do occur. You can create job descriptions. You can even ask your employees for their ideas on possible light duty jobs. For instance, maybe your irrigation specialist can sit at a table to sort fruit or peruse the orchard on foot or by riding a utility vehicle to check and report irrigation issues. Or perhaps they can be a shop helper and track inventory, clean and sort tools, or run errands. Another idea would be to perform as a light maintenance worker, to assist in washing and lubing equipment or performing small equipment repairs. You can even combine duties to create a meaningful light duty job description. Have your workers help you identify and create written return to work policies. Maybe they would like to, oops, excuse me, there we go. There's all of it right there. In preparation for unexpected work injuries, we recommend creating job descriptions in advance for the positions within your company. You can also prepare light duty job descriptions for the injuries most common to your company. And if it's difficult to identify light duty tasks, we're more than happy to meet with you and brainstorm potential ideas. Having these documents on hand for your employee to take to their medical provider for approval will help expedite a quick return to work. If you need assistance, you can contact our early return to work consultant for assistance. We make the process easy for you. Just reach out to us. Now, sometimes it's necessary to provide a job of injury job analysis at the request of a medical provider or at the request of an L&I claims manager. A job analysis extensively details the physical requirements and the demands of the worker's regular job. Only early return to work consultants and outside vocational rehabilitation counselors are certified to complete job analyses. A job analysis may be necessary for a medical provider to determine if an injured worker is able to perform their regular job or if modifications are needed. A claims manager may also request a
I would
job.
only do like the half.
Excuse me? Is that a question? Nope, I don't think so. Okay. A claims manager may also request a job analysis to determine claim allowance. So, for example, if an employee complains of arm pain and thinks it's due to maybe repetitive motion while performing the regular duties, an L&I occupational nurse consultant could review the job analysis to see if the contended arm pain correlates with the tasks that are being performed in that regular job. As with all of our services, we're available to meet with you on-site or virtually to help you create job descriptions. Now, before we move forward, are there any questions? We've covered a lot of material.
Nobody's put anything in the chat yet.
Okay. Thank you. Our early return to work consultation team members have all been trained and were certified to provide ergonomic assessments on individual employees. Now, these evaluations can be both claim and non-claim related. These ergonomic assessments may be completed on-site or virtually, and the assessment includes providing equipment recommendations and making adjustments to support a safe working environment. At the conclusion of the assessment, a written report is provided to you. Ergonomics is vital to prevent repetitive motion or overexertion claims, which are common in your industry. For example, you may have a fruit picker who's reporting back and neck pain. Will observe how the worker performs their work, take measurements, review their equipment, including maybe ladder style and height, as well as bin height as an example. Then we'll make equipment adjustments right there on the spot. In addition, we may recommend purchasing a new equipment better suited to your worker. This could include recommending a different ladder or ladder style, or elevating the bin height with an elevation device. Those are just a few examples. Now, early return to work consultants provide guidance on how to use the claim and account center and how to navigate the L&I system. This includes accessing claim information, sending secure messages to a claims manager, and submitting documentation to a claim file. Remember, if you need assistance, just contact us. We can provide referrals to other L&I programs, including risk management for you to review your workplace injury history and help you control industrial injury costs. We can refer you to safety and health for you to review your existing safety program or help you create one for your company. We can also provide group or specialized ergonomic consultations to help you prevent injuries. And as we discussed earlier, the Washington Stay at Work program is available to help you obtain reimbursement for returning your injured worker to light duty. I kind of like to highlight a recent experience I had during an early return to work consultation with an employer who'd recently purchased a restaurant. Now, this owner revealed that he unknowingly inherited the previous claim history and higher L&I insurance rates when he bought the business. And yes, you do inherit previous history. In addition, the employer noted the safety materials were outdated and in serious need of updating. So, in addition to our services, I made a referral to risk management to help him in learning how to lower his insurance premiums. I also made a referral to the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, whom we refer to as DOSH, and they assisted him with updating his safety manuals. So this employer was able to take advantage of several of L&I's no-cost services available to employers. Now, before we answer any more questions, we want to remind you that you can receive one SHRM, the Society for Human Resources Management recertification credit for attending today's presentation. So simply put your email address in chat and we will send you a certificate with the activity ID. So do we have any questions? Let's open it up for questions. Do we have any thumbs up or hands up? Lori, do we have anything in chat?
Will we receive a copy of this presentation? Juan would like to know.
Oh, we can give you, yeah, a copy of that.
Looks like Alma and Jessica both put their emails in chat, so we're gonna have an Angelica. So Juan, put your email address in there, and there it is. He got his in.
Okay. Any other questions? This is a perfect time to ask.
Or a scenario you want to discuss?
I have a question.
Yay,
This is Rosa Gutierrez. You hear me?
a little bit.
I can't hear it at all, Lori, so.
It's just very quiet. Go ahead, Rosa, try again.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about L&I claims for H-2A workers? What's the best thing we can do to make sure that hopefully those can get closed before the end of the season?
Okay, Tamara, she's asking about H-2A workers and about the claims being handling light duty, I believe. And what was the last part, Rosa?
What are the best things we can do to help and, you know, move on with the process to close claims if possible?
Okay, and also what ideas do we have to help them get through, get the claim, moving through as quick as possible?
Okay. Well, initially, the first thing you would want to do is determine if light duty is available. You can offer that. When you do a job offer letter, the person has the opportunity to accept it or turn it down. And that would be a start. Laura, you probably handle a lot of those. Do you have anything to add to that?
Rosa, I need to give you guidance to give us a call and we'll try to help you work through those. Those are return to work issues that are big and they're a lot different than the standard process, considering sometimes the H-2A worker leaves and goes back to their home once the contract's up. There's visa issues, there's all kinds of other things, but we need to get down to the nitty-gritty, Rosa, because each one is treated differently and we can't give you like an overview or guidance on a standard practice. We do have out of country, out of state claims managers. We have out of country, out of state vocational providers. We're all being trained as we speak a little bit more about that in our region. My region goes from Canada to Oregon border in central Washington from Yakima over to Walla Walla. So we have quite a bit of agriculture, and H2A is a big thing. I've had little experience with H2A because they mostly work through the claims managers on certain situations for medical care and things like that to keep it moving. But yeah, you can give us a call and we'll do what we can, Rosa. I don't really have specific guidance except keeping in contact with the claims manager, making sure the medical's moving and the people don't just drop between the cracks. Does that help a little bit?
Well, I'm sure a lot of us have a lot of questions regarding that, the H2A program, because it becomes a problem, you know, towards the end of the season or even for the next year, because their minimum wage under the H2A contract might change, most likely will change.
Yes.
Hopefully, there's more information on that for the ag industry, so we can learn from that and prepare.
Good point. And I'm going to try to get some more information for that for the conference that we're going to be giving in the YAC for your guys' annual conference. It looks like Candy said, my question is, do we have to pay H2A returning workers at a higher rate if H2A wages go up the next year? Or can we keep them at the rate on the date of injury? Also, is there a law I can refer to for this? Number one, our rule is you have to pay a minimum of at the minimum wage as a minimum. You know, you can't go any lower than the state's minimum wage. However, you got contracts involved in here, and most of the workers that we work with aren't involved with signing, being in a contract. So Candy, we'd like to take that question, look into it a little bit, and maybe email you separately and get the word out to you, okay?
And those are great questions. Thank
Yeah.
you for those. And it kind of prompts me to think that probably a good presentation would be on this very subject, and we will check into putting something together for that.
Yeah, I'd like some questions answered too, because it's not really clear. We don't deal with it that often. It seems like the claims managers and the employers have a better handle, so they don't really get us involved, but sounds like we need to be a little bit more educated on this. Peggy, do you have anything to add?
Sorry, I was looking for my audio. No, I think you've handled it really well. You're someone who's at least familiar, but I totally agree with us researching and providing some better information for ourselves and for employers that are working agriculture. So yeah.
And about the law, Candy, we'll try to see what kind of WAC codes or RCWs are related as well. We don't want to. We want you to work within the requirements for sure. Wow, I kind of feel like I'm caught off guard on this one. Sorry, you guys, I don't have more information, but it doesn't
But,
mean we're not going to get it.
Right, and we won't leave you high and dry. We will find out what we can. And the process is, pretty much the same though, getting a worker back to work and formally offering a light duty position. But yeah, let's take it to the next step and we will research and get back to you on that. So those are great questions.
One of the problems is that if their visa expires, they
Right.
got to go back, and then there you are, you can't offer light duty. So I
Exactly.
mean, those are the nuances that we want to explore for this population of employers.
Super. Other questions?
This is Catherine. Great conversation, and thank you for hosting today. You mentioned that you would be at one of the ag conferences. I'm not sure if that's the WAFLA or Tree Fruit Association. If you could focus some of your conversation and maybe do some pre-planning around the H2A program and workers' comp in general. I think return to work is always complex for us as employers, as others have mentioned. workers leave, the contract ends, but we're still required to pay them that return to work or that time loss. Another component is we do have, and for us, our employer, we've had one individual and there's been a couple other that have let their visas lapse, but we're still required to pay them time loss. And they have no intent to return to the United States or enter into an H-2A contract. So if you could work with your team, maybe your legal team, to help build some presentation material for the upcoming season, that we can be better equipped to go into 2025 with more knowledge regarding workers' compensation and the H-2A program.
Absolutely. I think it's
Great,
a
yeah. That
very
sounds-
good points. I want to
Listen,
talk to you a little
Catherine,
bit.
I'm gonna interject here really quick. This is Kamali with WSTFA. Let us, as we certainly want to cover this on the annual meeting, let me get with our partners at LNI and other agencies within the state of Washington, and perhaps we can. We're trying to do several of these webinars at least once a month, but perhaps we can, between now and the annual meeting, work at perhaps doing a webinar that solely focuses on that topic. Just so there can be more information surrounding that, as the time will be limited at the annual meeting, but I know that this is of top priority. So let me do a little bit more research and I will get back to you. And again, work with our partners at the state of Washington to see if maybe we can put something together, because I know that's top of mind for everybody.
That's perfect. And
Thank
actually, to
you.
answer the question, the conference is going to be in Yakima, and it's going to be the Washington Tree Fruit conference. So I don't know if it's the same kind of thing where people come to that, from the employer standpoint. The second thing I want to talk to you about, Catherine, is you said when people leave and don't come back. I know that H-2A is separate, but I hope we made it clear in our presentation that if you go through the process and offer them a formal job offer letter and they do not respond, LNI makes the determination that they have responded by not responding, and will make the determination to possibly stop time loss based on someone ignoring a job offer. So I did want to make that clear too.
That's an important piece, yes.
But it has to be on a job offer letter, approved by the doctor, attached, sent to the worker, the formal process, so that we can defend that, because we are an insurance company, if you will, and we want to make sure we have everything in writing before we stop time loss.
Good points. Any other questions?
Wonderful questions. I
Yes.
appreciate the involvement and the interaction, and I want to thank you both for presenting today. Great information, well attended meeting, and then we'll keep track of everyone's email. This will also go on the WSTFA website, so if you want to refer back and listen to Tamara all over again, you certainly can do that. And if you have any questions, the information is provided on the last page here, and you can feel free to reach out to me as well. And again, ladies, thank you so very much.
Well, thank you, Kamali, and thanks to all of you for attending, and we're here to help you. Have a great week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.